What's up, guys? It's Weedle with Weedle's Warehouse, back at you with another video. Today we're going to go over a recap video of 2023 Orlando Collecticon. That's right, last weekend we went to Collecticon. A lot of the members of the Discord were there. I then did a half section, so number 27, along with 5 others in the Discord. The 5 others were Lord Pokey Smoke, BB, JLJ, Matt M, and then Old Card Shop. So awesome time, just a great time to be able to hang out with each other, sell some cards, and just chat cards. I mean, I think an event like this really encapsulates the hobby and just the enjoyability of it, and kind of takes us back to the playground, really, where everyone's kind of bringing their cards, and nobody has an idea of like what's going on in the other person's collection, but we all get together and we kind of see it all displayed there, and everybody kind of develops their own identity of, you know, what cards they have in their collection, what sort of things they lean towards, whether it be, you know, more Japanese, whether it be more, vintage versus modern. I mean, there's a whole spectrum of things that you could fall within as far as things that you enjoy, and events like these just really allow us to get together and find out what niche we sort of fall in, and it's really fun to be able to learn just the different the areas that the other members of the Discord are in, and then just to be able to sell some of the collection, to move it, and just give us a better means of finding other collectibles, or just expanding the amount of cards that we have within our own collection. So we'll get into a breakdown of how we did at section 27. Shout out to all those that vended there next to me. It was an awesome time. But I'll get into a breakdown of the sales that I did personally. So we can take a look at what's moving better, so give you an idea of what you can expect if you were to vend a collection or a Collecticon like this. Some things that you might want to take into consideration if you're going to bring certain sealed products or packs or slabs. So we'll just go ahead and get right into it, starting with sales. Personally, I had a good amount of sales, so I had twice the amount of sales that I did with the previous convention that I went to. Starting with booster packs, I brought a wide variety of Sword and Shield, so just modern booster packs. But overall sales from booster packs were good. Very happy with that. Our section fell within about midway through the convention center, so if you were to walk through the door, you would see a host of sections, and then you'd probably have to walk maybe through 5 sections before you reached section 27. So selling modern sealed packs in that section, I feel like might not have moved as well as if we were at the front of the convention center. But all things considered, I think we did really well with modern booster pack sales. So I sold around $1,200 in modern booster packs. And just to give you an idea of some of the ones that sold out, Crown Zenith, Celebrations, both of those sold out. I brought close to 300 packs of Crown Zenith, and those are selling well at $6 a pack on the first day, and then second day I lowered it to $5 a pack just to get them moving. In the last 10 minutes of the convention, someone came through and said, "I'll buy the rest of your Crown Zenith packs." Said, "Deal, let's make it happen." And same thing happened with the Celebration packs. I only brought around 60 of those, priced them at $7 a pack on day 1, $6 a pack on day 2. In the last 10 minutes, somebody came through and bought them all. As far as other booster packs that moved pretty well, Pokemon Go I'd priced pretty low because I have a lot of those hanging around. Fusion Strike I priced pretty low. Both of those, both Pokemon Go and Fusion Strike, I priced at $3 per pack because I have a lot of those hanging around from just broken down collections. Those moved really well. Had people coming through saying, "Oh, I'll take 20, I'll take 30 Pokemon Go packs." So I think they really like to see that $3 price point. When they come through, and they'll pick up a number of them from you if you're pricing them decently like that. As far as booster boxes, booster boxes I probably should have brought a lot more of. I brought 2 cases worth, and they were all just modern booster boxes, but they moved a lot better than I thought they would. So I brought Brilliant Stars, 3 of those boxes I priced at $165 each. All of them sold. Fusion Strike at $130, sold. Silver Tempest $130, sold. Lost Origin at $140, sold. And then One Piece, I actually brought some Paramount War, so OP02 Japanese. that sold really well. I think there was a lot of people there that were into One Piece and that were looking to open some One Piece products. So as far as the Japanese side, those boxes sold well at $80 per box. And then on the English side, I didn't have any booster boxes. I had sold out of all of those. But the starter decks, so those Straw Hat starter decks, those sold really well. So at $45 a piece, those were selling perfectly fine. Somebody came through and bought the rest of what I had at around $38 a piece, so that was a little over a case, and then that sold out just like that. So going into the next one, I'm probably going to bring a lot more booster boxes just to make sure that that inventory is moving. If it's in demand, it surely seemed like it was in demand at Orlando. So I'll make sure to bring more next time. Getting into slabs, I brought a lot of the CGC Perfect 10s, and those didn't move as well as I thought they would. Probably because I have this priced at a little bit higher. I value CGC Perfect 10s probably a little bit more than most what people would value them at, and I'm okay with holding on to them a little bit longer if that's what it takes to sell it at that 200 to 250 price point, because anything less than that I think is just undervalued in my opinion. One slab that did sell really well is the Paradigm Trigger Lugia. See if we can get that to focus. PSA 10. Everybody really wanted this slab, so I priced it at $700. That was the list price, and I sold 4 PSA 10s and 2 BGS 10s. So those that did not sell cash, I could use as a bargaining chip. So there were a lot of people that were willing to come in and trade some really cool cards for this modern alt art that was just released a couple months ago. One of which that I actually got to bring home was the Entei Gold Star CGC 9.5. So somebody traded me this plus some cash for a BGS 10 Paradigm Trigger Lugia alt art. I gladly took that, just with the Entei Gold Star having a little bit better mechanics, plus one that I've never had in my collection before. I was really stoked to pick that one up, so I made that deal happen. And then another PSA 10 Lugia alt art transaction that took place was when Island Grown came through, offered me a Not Awake PSA 9 Pikachu for my PSA 10 Lugia, along with 2 other slabs, Yokohama Pikachus, I think. That was a deal I took him up on because I was really looking forward to picking up that Not Awake Pikachu. It's been one that I've been looking to pick up for quite some time now, and I picked it up and I put it back in display for what I thought was overpriced, and it sold. So yeah, that was a little bittersweet, but overall just a great experience being able to pick up that card. I know I'll be able to pick up one up again in the future, so I guess I wasn't too sad to see it go. Moving on into singles. So I did bring quite a bit of singles. There's quite a bit of singles that I picked up in a recent collection off of Bai. It was a lot of Japanese mid-era, so a lot of the 2012, 2013 EX cards, and then some of the older Level X cards. I picked up a collection that had around 200 of these. Picked it up for $550, and I just easily made that back just by selling singles at the convention. So these sat in my case for a good portion of half of the day on Sunday, and then a buyer came along, shout out Vortex Gaming, and wanted to just take up all of those Japanese mid-era singles. So I made him a deal. I think it was around $900 for all of those singles. He just took them all, and now I have somebody that as a potential buyer. If I pick up any collections that have these Japanese mid-era singles, I can just reach out to Vortex Gaming. I know he really likes picking those up and reselling on whatnot, so that's always good to have in the back pocket if you're picking up collections. Somebody as a buyer that'll pick up these items that might not be able to move as well as on a platform, say like eBay, moving singles like that. But yeah, that's just some raw data that I wanted to go through. But yeah, overall, it was just an awesome experience being able to then Collecticon for the first time. The only other convention I had vended was TCGCon, and this was a little bit different in that I feel like it catered more to the collectors as opposed to the players, whereas TCGCon caters a little bit more to the players. So with this experience, I was just very excited for the opportunity to be able to vend here. Some things that you might want to consider if you're going to be vending is the way that you're going to be transacting all of your sales. So if you're going to expect everyone to come in with cash, that's probably not going to happen. It's an unrealistic expectation. So what I did was pick up one of these little USB devices from Square. So they give this to you for free, and then they charge you 2% of the transactions that were to take place. So if I didn't bring that, that would have been $1,500 worth of sales I would have missed out on, because I didn't have that device that plugs into your phone and swipes credit cards. So if you don't have that device, you always have the option of using something like PayPal, something like Venmo or Cash App. Those are really popular. But yeah, I would recommend picking that up if you plan on having a lot of inventory that people might want to be using a credit card for. So overall, I'll go over the sales data that I had personally, not as a means of like flexing, but just more as a means of transparency, just to give you an insight of the business side. If you are looking to do this to go and vend a convention, my total sales were $10,000, a little bit over. And I was happy with that. I brought around $30,000 worth of inventory. So to see that amount of inventory move over the course of 2 days, very, very pleased with those results. So like I said before, that was twice the amount that I sold in the last convention. So I guess next time I vend, I'm going to have to try and double it from there. Up to 20,000. So we'll see how that goes. But a lot of bits of information that I picked up from the other vendors that I was working with. One other thing I might be trying to do going into the next convention is pick up a lot more WotC. So there was a good bit of WotC on the table next to me. Shout out Matt M, hilarious guy. If you haven't met this guy yet, just a real fun guy. All he brought was WotC. All he sold was WotC, and let me tell you, it sold like the dickens. So we're talking Japanese hollows, PSA 9s, PSA 10s. There's a Whatnot streamer that came and bought out, I think it was around $7,000 worth of those slabs. This guy had sealed first edition WotC boxes that he moved, at least 2 that I saw of. That's one thing that I learned. If you have a first edition rocket box, there's going to be at least 5 people that will snap by it for 10K. And yeah, you're not going to be able to source a WotC first edition sealed rocket box for 10K. But I mean, if you're going to pick up one of these larger collections that only come around every so often, and you can average it out to where that price point falls below 10K, then you might have an opportunity at a coming convention where there's other streamers, whether it be on Whatnot or YouTube or another platform, that are looking to pick it off of you and resell it, and they are going to snap by it at 10K. So something that I'm going to change as far as strategy moving forward is just getting into a little bit more WotC era stuff, so more vintage. I'll probably look to increase my inventory as far as vintage goes, just to be able to diversify and reach those collectors that only want to collect WotC. So yeah, just a few other things that I would change going into the next convention. There were a few things. I'll get into that if I make a video in preparation for the next convention, which is probably going to be Charlotte. So the next Collecticon coming up that I'll be vending is probably going to be in Charlotte. That's going to be in September, so I got plenty of time to prepare for that. But yeah, just wanted to give you guys a summary of everything that went down in section 27, some of the cool transactions and things that I picked up from the other vendors that we had there. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in today, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.